right, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Hat and Beard Show. It's 7 p.m., which means it's your nightly stop for NFL and Detroit Lions news. Our first story we'll be talking a little bit about some NFL rookies who, thanks to some judicial chicanery, hey ho, they're going back to college to play ball. Yep, because that's what happens in the Big 2-6. And then we'll be talking about the Detroit Lions, who most of you are probably here to watch. Injuries at camp, injuries galore, injuries going on, some veterans being brought in to maybe plug some of the holes. And then we'll wrap up with Tim 20man's observations from today's training camp. So if you're here to check that out, you're in the right spot, dude. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the show.
If you can say the word good, guess what? It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, well, then hell, you still got some fight left in you. So get up, dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, and go out on the attack.
All right, fellas, make sure the camera is set here. All right, we're good to go. So over here for the stories from For the Win over here at Yahoo, how 2 NFL rookies entered the CFB transfer portal along with 5 others. A group of former college football players will get a 5th season. According to USA Today's Austin Curtright, a Louisiana judge granted a number of college football players a temporary restraining order to return to college for another season in response to a recent Colorado court's ruling. 7 players who were part of the lawsuit have entered the NCAA transfer portal to rejoin college ranks. They are SMU running back TJ Harden, Ole Miss tight end Daquan Wright, defensive lineman Xavier Harris, BYU offensive lineman Waylon Lapuahu, James Madison linebacker Trent Hendrick, Appalachian State cornerback Ethan Johnson, and New Mexico kicker Luke Drzewski. Something like that. Bunch of people who don't want to grow up. Bunch of Peter Pans, if you ask me. Bunch of Peter Pans not wanting to grow up. This is a perfect encapsulation of our society writ large. Is we got a bunch of, by all accounts, grown men who are like, nah, I think I'm just gonna go hide back in college. Right. Daquan Wright is an active member of the Cleveland Browns as an undrafted free agent, while Harris spent time this summer with the Saints. Well, they'll be able to return to college with a new team. So, instead of doing the thing that like Jake Bates, Jacob Sailors, Nick Whiteside, some of these guys, like specifically for the Detroit Lions that we can talk about. Instead of going like the gritty, clawing it out route, bouncing to the UFL, maybe even sticking around on some practice squads, you're like, nah, I'm going to go back to college. I'm sweet there, dude. I'm sweet. I'm a big fish in a little pond, dude. I'm heading back. I'm going back. We got to go back. Marty. It's obviously a huge development for college football, as it would have felt incredulous a few years ago for an NFL rookie to return to college after not making a team's roster. However, these guys will likely get that chance unless something changes on the legal front. What do you think, chat? I think this is silly. I think they're silly. I think they're a bunch of silly little Peter Pans, dude. They just don't want to grow up. They know they're not good enough to make it in the league right now. And instead of, practice squadding it up or UFLing it up or just being, as gritty and grinding as absolutely possible, what do they elect to do? Run back to the comfy loving arms of the collegiate level where, 1 in 7 players might have a chance per team of even getting a sniff at the NFL. Sure, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you already made it. You already made it to the NFL there, guy. You already made it. Even if you were an undrafted free agent, you are in training camp right now, my guy. And you're just like, nah, fuck this. I'm going to go play back in college. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. How do we feel about that, chat? I'm done. You pissed me off. Disrespect. Oh, about them going back to college? We're fine, guys. Shut up. Our DBs are fine. Oh, you guys talking about the DBs? Yeah, I seen Rakestraw. Yeah, the non-contact thing kind of freaks me out, dude. I'm telling you, we're going to have the number 1 offense carry the room. Sam LaPorta, got to be healthy. Thanks, Mr. Troy City. Appreciate it, bud. Yeah, I don't know. What worries me about Rakestraw, he needs an MRI if there was non-contact with the injury. Yeah, he was doing a drill. We'll get to the story. I think we'll get to LaPorta as well, guys. I'm not saying how is saying top 5, 10. Oh, you guys, y'all just arguing a bunch amongst yourselves. That's all good. So let's talk a little Sam LaPorta injury, and then we'll get into the injury news for the Lions. We'll talk over here. You look at ESPN. Hey, headline news at ESPN. Sam LaPorta. Breaking news. Sam LaPorta has a sore hip. Are we worried about this, guys? The status is uncertain for season opener. Dum. LaPorta's status for the Lions regular season is unclear. Star tight end sustained an injury during recent practice and has missed multiple practices this week. Lions coach Campbell said that they'll rest LaPorta to let things, quote, calm down, acknowledging he is unsure if the 4-year veteran will be available in week 1 against the Saints on September 13th. It flared up a little bit. It's a little bit aggravated, Campbell said. But we feel good long-term about him. We'll rest him a little bit here and let it calm down. There you go. He was asked whether LaPorta could potentially linger to the regular season. I don't know. He said, I feel like we will be okay, but I don't know. Yep. That's about as accurate of an answer as you can get. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what I don't know, so I don't know. He's expected to be a big part of the offense under Lil Spud after returning from a season-ending injury. Yes, we know about that. Jared Goff has been enjoying LaPorta back at practices throughout the majority of camp. Yes. We've talked about that a bunch of times. I think it's a big nothing burger. I think he just maybe tweaked it a little bit, maybe a little aggravated, a little irritated. And it's like, hey, we know what we got out of you. You know what I'm saying? Now, I was advocating for him to play maybe a series or 2 against the Commies, just to make sure he's up to speed, ready to rock and roll. All the rust is kind of knocked off. But if that's not going to have happen, that's not going to have happen. All the more opportunity for Jackson Meeks to make a claim at this roster. Let's go, dude. I'm not. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll wait till there's maybe a little bit of testing done on it. But are you guys worried about it? We don't know the severity of it. Hopefully they'll get good news. Oh, you're talking Rakestraw. Yep. I don't think we'll see LaPorta in the early part of the season. Oh, shit. I don't like that. He's done. Kirby and LaPorta are just done. Damn, Donkey Kong. You're just black pilling like a motherfucker, huh? Yes, Sam LaPorta potty joke makes sense to you. LaPorta potty, because he shits on defenses, or am I totally autistic? Oh, no, I get. Well, when you explain it, I get it. I just thought it was funny. I just thought LaPorta potty was funny. I'm just like, I thought it was just a funny thing, dude. Now, you know what I'm saying, dude? I just thought it was a funny thing. Severe autism issues. It happens. Yeah, we'll talk about Rolder. We'll talk about Rolder here. Yeah, he was with the trainers. We'll talk about Rolder here. We got injury news here, guy. We got injury news. Actually, it's our next story. Here you go. Lions injury update. Ennis Rakestraw leaves practice early. Lions quarterback Ennis Rakestraw is dealing with another injury after leaving training camp early. We don't know what we don't know. We can speculate, but we don't know what we don't know. Storming for my son's football practice, and I made it. Hell yeah, dude. Well, I mean, that sucks. That sucks that their practice got rained out, dude. But hey, Sam, appreciate you being able to make it in, dude. Someone's exhaust was crack-lacking, dude. The Ennis saga never ends. Yeah, dude. Super Bowl or blow it up. I like that. Yeah, man. I was showering after work and hat and boobs. I was like, well, got news for you. I was like, what? She's like, Ennis. And I was like, he's hurt. She's like, yep, left practice, non-contact. I was like, oh my gosh. 2 to 4 week injury. It seems like DC doesn't know what's going on. What's up, Art? How you doing, man? Shout out Art Vanderlei. What's good, brother? I think damn, I am so sorry that I'm so loud in the mic, you guys. I'm not worried about LaPorta right now, dude. Let's chalk it up to a little sting dinger. Lions fans are gonna Lions fans, dude. There's a bunch of different types up here, dude. You know what I mean? The Lions are supposed to have a quick, non-padded practice as they prepare for preseason game 2. Unfortunately, the game of football can be cruel even during the less intense practices, especially if you're the Detroit Lions. Cornerback Ennis Rakestraw suffered an injury towards the end of practice and did not return. Here's some more injury news on it. During a team drill, Rakestraw attempted to drop into coverage, but then changing directions, he immediately collapsed to the field. After a few moments on the ground, he picked himself up and gingerly, hey ho! That's my word, dude. Gingerly, how does one walk gingerly, like me? To the sidelines, where he went back down to the ground and was evaluated for several minutes. Eventually, he walked slowly off the field under his own power. Another tough break for Rakestraw. We don't know the severity of it yet, so hopefully we get good news. The Lions are off until the preseason game on Saturday. We won't get an update into the team until Campbell's post-game press conference. Jimmy Rolder continues to work with the trainers. That's a good thing, dude. That's a good thing. Let's get before we touch on the non-practice things, what do we think, guys? And I don't mean no, don't be throwing too much shade, dude, or whatever. But how we feeling about Rake, dude? How we feeling about Rake, you guys? Because hang on, let's just throw a poll up, huh? Good or bad? There you go. There you go, dude. A little poll up in the chat. Roller's already on IR. No shit. Well, is it IR that he can be brought off of before the start of the regular season? Or is he on IR where he's going to have to miss at least like the first 4 weeks or whatever? But I think they need to find another corner because Rakestraw isn't making it past a few games. Last time he was fully healthy, the season was in 2020. Yeah, and that's kind of what concerns me about Rakestraw, dude, was he even got dinged up in the preseason game. You know what I'm saying? Like it just doesn't make me feel comfortable. It's like second injury in the calendar week. Yeah, hey, Super Bowl. There you go. Look at that, dude. It's a very good point. Literally in a 7-day span. Got hurt in the game. Got hurt today in practice. Okay. What's up, Jack? Use a roster spot for a player like Ennis. I wouldn't. And that's kind of the thing, dude. Availability. Especially you get into it, you know what I'm saying? You got yourself a little, obviously DJ Reed is your starting one. By all accounts, it seems like, more or less, it's going to be the Rock or Whiteside at the 2, right? Which is further pushing Rake down the depth chart. And it seems to be a pretty knockdown, drag-out fight there at the nickel spot between Abney and McCreary and Eisen, And when you get down to it, are you willing to burn a roster spot for a guy like Rakestraw when you have a guy that you could, give a few more opportunities who's shown a little bit more flash and a little bit more sizzle like an Abney? You know what I'm saying? Someone asked today if Ennis was related to Davenport. No, dude, but they drink the same Kool-Aid, dude. Roller has not been placed on IR. I didn't think he was on IR. Detroit linebacker Roller's currently on injured reserve. Yeah, I didn't think he was on IR, dude. I thought he was just dinged up. He's projected to be back by week 1, dude. I'm embarrassed if I'm on team hurt all the time. Dude, yeah, he's on the all IR team. Ennis Rakestraw's on the all IR and the all what could have been team. Him and Terrian actually are on the all what could have been team, dude. That whole 2024 class, huh? That whole 2024 class, dude, just not shaping up for Brad, huh? You know what I'm saying? I know he's going to a little feather in little feather in Mr. Detroit City's cap there. You know what I'm saying? Not a great class. Not a great class. But followed it up with this pretty solid 25. You know what I'm saying? Ty Leak, Ratledge, Tesla. You know what I'm saying? This draft class, let's be real. Let's be very, very real. Balake looks fucking sweet, dude. You know what I'm saying? And Abney. We don't even know what we got out of Derek Moore. Watch Derek Moore come out and light it up with Hassanin on Saturday. Rolder's doing better than expected. Should be back. Yeah, that's what we'll get to. We'll get to Rolder. We actually got him right here. Check it out. Jimmy Rolder continued to work with trainers for most of Thursday. A good sign. Before practice, Campbell cast doubt that the rookie would return by the end of training camp next week. Probably unlikely, he said. His chances to practice this training camp. He's doing well. He is progressing well, but I think it'll be hard pressed to see him next week. Still, it seems like he's trending towards potentially avoiding IR unless the Lions want the roster spot initially. So, yes, he is not on IR, according to Pride of Detroit. Not practicing. Pistachio, Manu, Mays. We knew all that. Ben Bartch. Not a great sign. Both in the signing, potentially, and the availability. First, you missed all of OTAs and a good chunk of the first start of camp with a foot injury. I know, Liz Frank, it is what it is, dude. But now you're over here in concussion protocol. That's not a good sign. LaPorta left. Peyton Turner, we just need to move on from him. Can we just cut Peyton Turner just to clear up that defensive end competition a little bit? Can we please just move on from Peyton Turner? Wingu, concussion. Damon Clark, undisclosed. Thomas Harper, undisclosed. And then, of course, the safeties in Branch and Joseph. Ben Bartch remains sidelines. He's currently in concussion protocol. Unfortunately, he's missed almost all of camp. Campbell admitted it's unlikely he can challenge to win the starting left guard job. That window is shrinking right now, Campbell said. It's important for him to get where he can feel right again, to where he can go. He's healthy, he feels good, and he can start practicing, then we'll see. But no, I think that window is closing quickly. All right, so that really kind of clears the way and unmuddies some water for that left guard spot. Tentatively, it's looking pretty much like Scruggs is going to have to roll at the center, which means you're basically last man standing is Mahogany, unless Frazier can somehow push for that left guard spot. But he played like dog water at the right guard week 1 against the Bengals, right? Unless you get into a situation where, and by all accounts this could happen, Juice Scruggs is your left guard, and Seth McLaughlin is your starting center until Mays comes back. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. There's something to build on there. He didn't win the Remington Trophy in 2024 for nothing. Again, that 2024 draft class for the entire NFL, top to bottom, kind of seems like a little bit of dog water, but it is what it is. They go on to talk about LaPorta. We already discussed that, so on to the next thing. How do you guys feel about this, Thomas Harper? Huh? What's going on there? Let's look over here, talk about some Lions trying out some guys here. How we feeling, chat? It doesn't make you better, fan. We should make shirts that say, I wish my parents believed me when I say Holmes believed in Davenport. Oh, man. Yeah. He did, though. He did. And, hey, for what it was worth, dude, when we signed Davenport, I was like, I'm on record saying if he can stay healthy. If he can stay healthy. He is Marcus Davenport's tenure with the Detroit Lions is the same as Michael Brocker's tenure in the Detroit Lions. Ultimate grandma wagon. You know what I'm saying? One of them's riding shotgun and one of them's driving. Same with CJ GJ. He's all dolled up looking like a lady in the back. But yeah, I feel you on that, dude. Yeah, you're not wrong, Art. He did believe in Davenport, you know what I'm saying? And that never really worked out, dude. But so with the thinning of the competition due to injury at the guard spots for the Detroit Lions. Obviously, the right guard locked down by Tater. Tater's got that on lock. So, Mahogany, not so great. Not so great. Not a lot of confidence boosting there, Christian. Mormon Oaks. Lions try out 2 veteran guards, including a former Detroit first-round pick. Gee, who could that be? Can you guys think of any guards we've taken in the first round in the past 11 years? According to the NFL, Lions tried out 2 veteran guards on Thursday, Will Hernandez and Laken Tomlinson. Kicking the tires on a car you once rolled with. Thursday evening, neither is signed with Detroit, but it's certainly notable the team is looking at the guard position. It is likely no coincidence the Lions are looking at guards the same day that Coach Dan Campbell announced Ben Bartch is in concussion protocol and essentially out of the left guard competition for now. We already read this quote. Beyond Bartch, the Lions don't have much starting experience behind projected starters Christian Mahogany and Tate Ratledge. Mason Miller and Melvin Priestley have never appeared in an NFL game, while Michael Neese has never made a start in his 26 game appearances. So some action, but never, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Hernandez, on the other hand, is a former second-round pick with 98 starts under his belt. He's also spent time with Drew Petzing from the Cardinals, where you're starting 42 games over that span. However, he's dealt with injuries the past 2 seasons. He suffered a torn ACL in 2024, and a hip and knee injury shortened his 2025 season to just 7 games. Okay, yeah. No, I'm not, no, I'm okay. Didn't we already try that with Ben Bartch? Didn't we already try the injured guy? Tomlinson, who's the Lions' first-round pick all the way back in 2025. Or 2015. Jeez Louises. Would also bring a boatload of experience. He started 162 games, including 7 starts for the Texans last year, and he was released in December. At 34 years old, his best days are behind him, but he would still bring a veteran presence to a very young room. We'll see if the Lions make a signing in the next few days. Chat, how do we feel about that? I'm in concussion protocol, reading all about all these injuries. Dude, Art, no shit, bro. You ain't even wrong. Ames guard back then. Will didn't and hasn't worked out so far. Yeah, dude. Will Hernandez was pretty sweet back in the day. Or at least coming out of college, he seemed like a pretty good prospect. At least he could just never put it together. Was a stout guard, not real mobile. Best I recall. Don't move him around though. Yeah, he's a kind of in that Halapaloo Tavati Vaitai build. You know what I'm saying? That's a tongue twister right there. Halapaloo Tavati Vaitai. I'm predicting 27. We draft first 2 picks will be a corner in round 1 and a guard in round 2. Where's Raw Detroit? Yeah. This is the thing, dude. I don't want to start bottlenecking and looking into the draft position yet, but I do think corner, probably will be a position that needs to be addressed either through free agency or the draft. It's pretty bad when right now, by all projections, Brad Holmes' best corner that he's drafted is a 5th-round rookie who hasn't started an NFL game yet. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't have the best track record of drafting corners per se. Look at Ennis, look at Terrion, look at Chase Lucas, Guard, though, Mahogany did, I thought he was going to be pretty sweet, but it looks like he might be struggling a little bit. But Ratledge, you know what I'm saying? That's a pretty good pick there. That offensive line pickups, huh? The offensive line picks so far have looked to be pretty good. If we're talking about guards already, yikes. Guards going to be a position we go after in free agent and the draft. There you go. No to Tomlinson. Any of us can go boost the team's morale. There you go, Mom. Anyone can go be a cheerleader, right? All right, let's finish up with some observations. There's not a lot of news, guys. Tomorrow's going to be a pretty chill night, too, dude. There's not a lot of news as we get ready for preseason week 2 Saturday. There's not a whole lot of information. It's preseason, dude. Come the regular season, though, there should be a lot of information. Make sure that you, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. Like this video, dude. That's the best thing you could do. A little engagement never hurts, a little bit of liking, a little bit of sharing, a little bit of sharing is caring. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, trying to punch outside of our weight class here. We'll finish up with Tim 20-man's Day 16 observations. Short practice in shells. Thursday was a lighter practice in shells for an hour working in some red zones, special teams, and a few situations. The team has a walkthrough tomorrow, so the next time we'll see them on the field is Saturday for preseason game number 2 versus Washington. What are you guys looking for? Are you? We'll talk more about it tomorrow, but are we? What kind of barometer are we placing on week 2 against the Commies? Are we putting a lot of weight behind performances? Are we looking to see, a more expanded offense? Josh Dobbs is getting the start, right? So, maybe he really kind of takes hold and runs away with that quarterback 2 spot. Maybe Altmaier comes in and flashes. We'll talk more about it tomorrow, but I'm looking to see that right side of the offensive line, the 2 big guys there. You know what I'm saying? Them 2 young, big fucking bulls we got over there, dude. I'm also kind of looking to see the depth at tight end. How does Tesla bounce back? That type of stuff. What's up, Jeff? How you doing? Anyone going Saturday? I'm not, dude. Brent, what up, dude? Goddamn hippies took your pen. What's good, bro? Is Jackson Powers available yet for a trade? I don't know, man. Looking to beat the Commies' ass. Hell yeah, dude. Let's go, brother. Saturday at noon. Shout out, Brandy. I'm just looking for guys to stand out. Yeah, I'm looking for some playmakers. I'm looking. I want to see the Abney trajectory continue to build. I'm looking for Hassanin. Do you guys think we get a Derek Moore sighting? You know what I'm saying? Just looking at the rotational guys, seconds and threes, get some reps. Yeah, same. There you go. Sign a few defenders, year 1 extensions. Yeah, there you go. All right, for sure. Hell yeah, Lions. I like that, dude. I like that. We'll talk more about it tomorrow, guys. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We'll talk more about what we're looking for in the Saturday game. Coming on strong, Eric O'Neill. Goal every time. Step on the field is a standout on film. He's done that over the course of last week. He had a big hit on the Bengals quarterback, Joe Burrow, forcing a completion and a punt. He had a pick 6 on Tuesday's practice off Luke Altmaier. Campbell said Thursday that O'Neill's a guy that makes plays every day. It's maybe the best thing a coach can say about a young player trying to make his mark. It's been hard to ignore O'Neill during camp, and he'll look to add to his resume on Saturday against the Commanders. There's a name. It's hard to ignore Eric O'Neill when he's on the field, dude. He does kind of pop a little bit here or there, but my man has a stacked room right now, dude, to try and climb out of. Perfect rating. Veteran Josh Dobbs will start at quarterback Saturday against Washington. Campbell confirmed that on Thursday. Jared Goff will not play. Dobbs and rookie Luke Altmaier are in a battle for Goff's backup. Altmaier's gotten most of the second-team snaps this week, and Dobbs continues to learn the offense, but the first and only snap Dobbs saw at practice in a team period was a touchdown pass to Jackson Meeks. Let's go, dude. Speaking of Meeks, he seems to have settled into the tight end position after a switch from receiver. It'll be a tough jump to top the 3 tight ends on the roster with LaPorta, Brock Wright, and Conklin. But Meeks has steadily gotten better in that spot, and recording the only touchdown for the offense in a short practice is a good way to stand out. I think we might have ourselves a fancy little gadget player here, a nice little undersized tight end, a little oversized wide receiver. I kind of like the Jackson Meeks moves, dude. He's kind of been impressive. As we discussed earlier, Jimmy Rolder continues to work off to the side with trainers. He's been out since injuring his hamstring. Ooh, yeah, I forgot it was a hamstring, dude. Those hamstring injuries. You guys know how I feel about the hamstring injuries in training camp. That is a season ender, bro. You can play, but you don't play as well. It's nagging constantly, dude. It's unlikely for Roll to return to practice next week. Their optimism is that he'll be ready to go week 1 of the regular season against the Saints. They go on to talk about Dave Phipp loving his job and Ennis Rakestraw left practice. We discussed that earlier. So yeah, Dave Phipp likes being the special teams coordinator. Good. Not a lot to talk about, chat. We'll take one little stroll here through Mad Hatter Nation, and then we'll get up on out here and enjoy our Thursday evening, fellas. Hat and Boobs making some venison and potatoes. Let's go, dude. D Moore's on fire. Nice, dude. That's what I'm hoping to see. You want to check the depth at tight end. Phrasing. I want to see how deep that tight end can go. Rakestraw, dude. Yeah, trying to see him out there. Hopefully he's out there. Keep O'Neill over Ennis. Yeah, dude. Jack, at this point, 100%, dude. I feel good about Rake. He is not hurt yet. Give the man a chance. He'll get there. You have a hammy or something pop out. Well, and that's just it. So really, I think it's just. I think a lot of us are worried because he has not been able to stay healthy, and it's not a good sign for him. And two, those non-contact injuries, bro. Those non-contact injuries are just like the shit. Back in the day, preseason was worth watching because your starters played 3 games. Hell yeah, dude. Sam, back in the day, remember when Tom Brady played deep into like a fourth quarter with Randy Mouse? It's all good, dude. You're good, Motown. No worries, dude. Had to slap an old lady to tell her I'm watching the Hat and Beard Show. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. Let's see how the poll's doing here. How you guys feeling about Rake? Bad with 67% of the 15 votes. Hey, yo, appreciate you guys. We're going to go ahead and close that poll out, dude. I do appreciate you guys that engage with it. Well, now I got a black eye holding a steak to my... Yeah, well, sounds like she got the better of that deal on you, bud. That's awesome. It happens, dude. It happens. But you know what I'm saying, guy? I appreciate you guys stopping by tonight. It's a little way shorter of a show than normal, but there ain't much to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Availability is the best ability. Without availability, you have no ability. Preach it, Rick. I'm going to go ahead and pin that for the last few minutes of the show. That was a good one, dude. That was a good one, dude. And you know how I feel about availability. Boop. Voted good because he is... Get out of here. Notification. Because I knew who he was. Oh, fair enough. Yeah. Well, he could be better, dude. And by all accounts, maybe he was like something popped and it just didn't feel right, and get it checked out and it's totally fine, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things, I'm not worried about the LaPorta injury, dude. I'm not. I think it's just one of those things, and they're like, whoa, we're not gonna fucking push it, dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't like Lakin Tomlinson and Will Hernandez getting an opportunity. Hopefully they didn't impress. I would rather go Juice Scruggs and Seth McLaughlin than bring in either one of those two guys, if I'm being completely honest. No expectations from people. You don't get disappointed. Guys like Rakestraw, we've had a few dudes focus more on their jersey numbers than ball. That's a good point, dude. He does change his jersey number up like every other week, dude. I think Abney's the man, dude. I think Abney's the corner that we need to put all of our faith behind in the next big explosion for the defensive I don't want to say like a superstar, but the next coming of a big name that the Lions can have is that Abney cat, dude. That Abney cat can ball, dude. Abney can ball, dude. You know what I'm saying? Fellas, a little bit shorter of an evening, but it is what it is. Tomorrow we'll be right back here at 7 p.m. to just kind of yuck it up and chat it up. What we're looking for in the preseason week 2 is the Lions get ready to take on the Washington Commies, dude. I'm looking for some things. Jot it down if you can't remember it. We'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll be more engaging with the chat, just kind of yucking it up, hanging out. Until then, I appreciate each and every one of you who took the time to stop by tonight, bothered to comment, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, or shared this around with any of your friends. It's absolutely awesome of you, my guy. Until tomorrow at 7 p.m., I'm James of the Hat and Beard Show. You've been an attentive audience. We'll catch you next time. Bonga bonga. Frig off. Dude.